Es Dia de Luna. Translation, it's Moon Day. Yet again, we start off the episode at Beacon Hills Memorial Hospital, and it is like some day after tomorrow shit going on, and there is a thunderstorm, and all of this happens because we finally know who our supervillain is. Funny how that works. The weather is tied directly to the forces of evil. Who else loved that Miss Blake tried to front like she wasn't an evil ass bitch? Oh my gosh, don't listen to them, Derek. They don't know what they're talking about. They're gonna tell you things about me that just aren't true. I'm not an evil bitch that looks like Cal from Halloween Town. That is such a lie. Wait. They're here already? Well, damn. Did she really expect Derek to just believe her? Like, oh my gosh, how they're gonna come up with this awful story about me? Like, who comes up with that? Like, actually, Derek, your girlfriend is strangling people because she's actually the Dadak and she's insane. Who would just pick Miss Blake out of nowhere if they didn't know it was true? Besides, he heard Lydia's banshee scream, so it's not like he didn't know that something was going on. She needed to rethink that strategy before she came at him like that. She didn't think that through. She was just trying to preserve the dick that she thought she was gonna get. Rough. Besides, pack bros before Dadak hoes. It's fundamental rules. I am so blown that she is really acting like she didn't do anything. Like 5 different people saw you snatch the sheriff out of the window, and the rest of them heard Lydia scream. What did you think was going to happen? Did you think that they were just going to be like, oh no, Miss Blake was just in the room. It didn't really happen to her. Like, no one knows that I'm actually the one that is killing people. They saw you, girl. They saw you. I am really feeling new, self-assured, badass Scott that's like, you hurt me and I'll find a way to retaliate without being like a douchebag about it. Like when he rolled up on Miss Blake with that mistletoe that was like, it can hurt me and it can hurt you, but it's also a cure. And like, it just was cool how he just was like, bam, bitch, got you. How you gonna act? I love how Jennifer is dead ass wrong in this whole scenario, and she's still smug as shit about it. Like, yeah, I did it, and I'll do it again. I want to be mad at her about that, but I can't because she's that secure in herself. Like, yeah, I did all this stuff. I killed all these people because I need my revenge, so you're just going to have to deal with it. You caught me, but I'm not down and out yet. I can respect that, Miss Blake. That whole scene in the elevator where everybody's just looking around at each other. Derek is brooding, Styles is pressed, Miss Blake is just done, and Scott is just like taking it all in while keeping an eye on her, and it was just gold. Like, Miss Blake's face is the best. Just, I didn't even put together that was the same bat that Melissa and Scott both used in season 1 when Styles was like, do you even play baseball? Why do you all have baseball bats? Love that contingency. Okay. During this big blowout fight scene with DNA Digivolve Voltron Wolf, did we not think it was a good idea to keep somebody on Miss Blake, like keep a body on her? Because she's a villain, so she's gonna slip away if you give her enough room to, and guess what? That's exactly what she did. Now y'all gotta run all over the damn hospital trying to find her ass. Think this stuff through, y'all. I'm just wondering when the definite split is gonna happen between the Alpha Twins, because they seem to be constantly at odds now, with Ethan wanting to do the right thing and be nicer and spare people, and Aiden just wants to rip people's throats out. I guess that's a whole yin and yang of being a twin happening. But I do foresee them splitting off from each other soon enough, with Ethan, like I said, taking Danny and joining the McCall pack versus the Alpha pack, and then they're gonna do Aiden dirty because he's not with his twin anymore, so he doesn't have much power, so they're gonna be like, yeah, we don't really need you now. You just, one is not two, so girl, bye. I think it's about time that Styles stood up to Derek, so I'm glad that he did it in this episode, because so often Derek gets to just be like, shut up, Styles, don't talk to me, Styles, put that down, Styles, do this, do that, and he kind of like will say something slick, but he will ultimately follow instructions. But this time, he got all up in his face and was like, you don't tell me what to do, I'm running this because I have to find my father, so I'm not gonna douche around with you and your mopey, brooding attitude. I'm doing me because I gotta find my daddy. And I respected him so much more for that, and I feel like Derek will in the long run, even though he was looking all stupid in the face when it happened. When Melissa walks into the room with Peter, and she's like Oh wow, you're supposed to be dead. I love how he tries to hide his face in the shadows, like she's just not gonna see him anymore. Like, oh, you're seeing things. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not Peter Hale. She knows about the werewolves, so you not being dead is probably not very high on her list of things to care about. Just so you know. 10 episodes in, and Kali's feet still irritate me as if it's the first time that I've ever seen them. As per usual, my girl Melissa holds her own in this episode, saving people, shocking people, hauling ass, tripping power switches. Melissa is everything until the end where she gets got. I need them to save Papa Styles and Mama Scott before they snatch up Chris Argent, because we know that they're coming for you next, boo. The only people in Beacon Hills with single parents are losing them. So you might want to keep a tighter grip on him, Allison. Just a thought. You could swap out Given Gerard instead and then trade the other two back. And we could just ritually sacrifice Gerard's nasty old ass, and then we would just, everything would be golden. The Alpha Pack would be gone. Gerard would be dead. I'm only seeing positives here. While on the subject of the Argent family, let me tell you how much I love their little plan. I knew it the moment Allison said, oh, I have a plan, that they were going to give her Miss Blake's shoes and lead them to believe that that was her. And lo and behold, she went running down the hall and whipped out her bow and arrow like the baddest bitch on the block and just scared the shit out of all those alphas. Good job, Allison. Team human all the way. You and your daddy just putting in work. I said it last week. I called it that the guardians and the parents were linked, because I immediately thought of parent or guardian. So go me, I'm a genius. I'm finally figuring out Teen Wolf things before they happen. I didn't have to ask anybody. I just knew it. I knew it. Finally, I knew something. I'm not all dumb. Final thoughts. Isaac won't leave without his boyfriend. Killing Paige created Miss Blake. She's gonna fuck them up at that lunar eclipse. They are not even kind of sorta ready. At least Melissa can keep the sheriff company in that dungeon. Isaac's wardrobe is literally perfect. Like, he always has nice pea coats on and stuff. Miss Blake always has really nice, if not impractical, shoes on. That's how they should have known that she wasn't a real teacher, because teachers wear ugly shoes. She had on really nice shoes, really nice get-at-me heels. Well, Derek was super petty in this episode. His lines consisted of, shut up, I don't care, leave me alone, oh my god, are you 5? That's all for today. TTFN! Ta-ta for now.